Hi there, welcome to the fourth project update for my large-scale Killa Kan. Over the past week I've been working on the hip joints and bottom of the can body, as I've highlighted in this clip. Although not quite so interesting to work on as the hatch mechanism in the previous update, they've certainly proved a challenging task. My first step was to complete the half cylinder on the bottom of the can. Here I've positioned two additional supports of the same radius as the sides. I then covered them with a section of 1mm plastic card. Although quite thin sheet, it was still tricky to curve it around such a tight radius. I had to glue it in 3 stages, sticking one side down and letting it dry thoroughly overnight, then the middle, and finally the opposite side. Next up were the hip joints. Not only are these again circular, but they're also angled slightly backwards, making for quite a complex shape to create from sheet plastic. There was really no good way of marking the required shapes and angles, so there was an element of guesswork and cutting pieces a little large so they could be trimmed down later. I did however manage to get the two hips built to as near identical as I could have hoped for. This shot illustrates how the tube for the leg angles towards the back of the can body. It also shows a slight lumpiness in the cladding of the cylinder, where the clamps I was using pushed a little too far in places. And here we have a view from the front of the can. Given the trouble I had bending the plastic sheet around just a small portion of this radius previously, I initially thought I would use 2 layers of 0.5mm sheet to clad the hip joints. Although this went on much easier, it didn't hold a nice curve and ended up more like a 50p piece, so I went back to using the 1mm sheet, but this time coiled it up as tightly as I could whilst applying heat using a hairdryer. Once cooled, this left me with a pre-curved strip which wasn't fighting so hard against the glue. Here we see the sides trimmed and sanded smooth. Finally, the hips were glued on to line up with the cylinder underneath the can. The patches of filler are a giveaway to the slight inaccuracies of each element, but overall they're not a bad fit considering. You can also see the supporting ribs for a raised panel, which will no doubt be the subject of the next update. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, thanks for watching.